Welcome back, everybody. Today we're gonna deep dive into this property development feasibility software.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's called Lead Developer, and I was poking around their website, and honestly, I was pretty impressed right off the bat.
Yeah.
They've got like everything from these 1-minute assessments to like really in-depth cash flow projections.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just got me thinking, like, could these tools actually be helpful for both like the seasoned pros and somebody who's just starting out?
Yeah. I think they're definitely trying to hit a broad audience.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. You hit on a good point there, that feasibility piece.
Yeah.
A lot of real estate projects, they go belly up because
Yeah.
they didn't lay the proper groundwork.
Right.
Having the right tools to assess, is this thing even viable, way early on?
Yeah.
That can be a game changer.
Absolutely. So that's kind of our mission today,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
figure out, what is this Lead Developer Suite? What's it all about? Who's it for? And, what could it mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, let's break it down.
All right. So first off the bat, this suite is actually a collection of Google Sheet add-ons,
Oh, interesting.
which I thought was really clever.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's using Google Sheets these days.
Makes sense. Low barrier to entry, and you can leverage, all the flexibility of spreadsheets
Totally.
to really dive deep. But who exactly are they targeting with this?
So their website mentions, obviously, real estate developers, but also investors, landowners, even real estate agents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they say it's not just for these massive, huge projects.
Okay.
They seem to have tools for different stages and types of development, everything from, like a quick flip to those huge multi-year commercial builds you're talking about.
Yeah, I like that, because feasibility, means something different if you're just doing a small project or you're trying to do,
Right.
a 5-year commercial development.
Absolutely. So let's get into the specifics. What kind of tools are we talking about here?
Yeah. What are they offering?
So they've got this thing called 1 Minute Feaso.
Cool.
And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a really quick investment of whether a project's even worth pursuing.
Okay.
Then there's the Smart Feasibility Calculator, which is geared toward like those, 2 to 3 year residential, commercial, or even mixed use projects.
Gotcha.
And then for like those who are already like, kneed up in income producing properties, they've got the Smart Real Estate Investment Analysis tool.
Okay, so they're covering a lot of bases here.
Yeah, and there's even more.
Oh, wow.
For those people who really want to dive deep into the feasibility, there's actually a tool just called Lead Developer,
Okay.
and they're even launching something called Lead Developer Plus in 2025, specifically for build to rent and those kind of like hybrid projects that are getting popular these days.
Interesting.
Yeah. And did I mention they have a free trial?
Oh, that's great.
So you can actually try out all these applications before you commit.
That's always a good sign. They're confident enough in it to let you, experience the value before
Exactly.
you buy.
So behind every, great tool, there's usually like a really interesting story.
Yeah.
So tell me about this founder, Amber Khanna.
Yeah. What's the deal?
So he's got a fascinating background. He's a self-made real estate developer,
Okay.
and he started from scratch back in 2012.
Okay.
And get this, in just 5 years, he generated over $65 million from residential projects alone.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah. No wonder people are, taking notes when he talks about real estate.
right. And it wasn't just, building houses.
Right.
He spent over 5 years doing financial modeling, and he co-owned a construction company.
Oh, wow.
So that's like, experience you can't just read about in a book.
Yeah. What I think is so interesting here is that, his background is actually what is informing the software. Right.
Totally.
He's not just some tech guy who's coming in.
Right.
He's been in the trenches.
Right.
And so that means the tools are probably built on, real world problems
For sure.
and solutions. And as a listener, you're benefiting from that expertise.
Absolutely. And you can tell he's passionate about making these tools user-friendly.
Right.
Not everyone's a financial whiz.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of his vision, he actually rebranded from propertydevelopmentsystem.com
Okay.
to leaddeveloper.com back in 2021.
Oh, wow.
It seems like he's going for something even bigger.
Yeah, constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But, software is only one part of the equation.
Right.
They also have this Edge members area.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, Edge, this is where it's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's an exclusive members area that gives you support and resources to help you actually use the tools.
Okay.
And, basically level up your development game.
So it's like ongoing mentorship, right, to go with the software.
Exactly.
Which is smart because, crunching numbers is one thing,
Right.
but knowing what to do with them, that's where the magic happens.
Right. And they actually use this phrase, turning numbers into narratives.
What's that?
It's not just about the data. It's about understanding the story that those numbers are telling,
For sure.
which is, crucial for making decisions and frankly, impressing investors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate the why behind the numbers, that's huge.
Totally.
So what kind of resources are we talking about in Edge?
So you get access to these free interactive modules and property development courses,
Oh, wow.
which is amazing on its own.
Yeah.
But they also have these periodic concept updates.
Okay.
So you're always, on top of the latest trends. And then there's a dedicated support forum where you can actually get help from Amber himself and like a whole community of other users.
That's great.
Yeah. And they even have built-in search functionality so you can easily find what you need.
So it sounds like they've created a really supportive ecosystem,
For sure.
but let's be honest, everyone loves a good bonus.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of freebies are we talking when you sign up?
Okay, so get ready for this because it's a lot. They give you a quick start property development course, which is valued at $297.
Okay.
A bundle of 6 property development books worth $97, a 7-day mastermind challenge, another $297 value.
Wow.
Lifetime access to 1 Minute Feaso, which they say is a $497 value.
Hold on. Lifetime access is free.
Yeah, and on top of all of that, a 36-book property development bundle for another $297.
Wow. They're giving away thousands of dollars of stuff.
Oh, I know.
Like just that quick start course alone,
Yeah.
think about how that could jumpstart your development plans.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's just like one little piece of it.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. They have this whole thing called the property development system.
Okay, interesting. Tell me more.
So it's essentially like a step-by-step system that's integrated with the training and the tools
Okay,
that comes with their paid subscriptions and if you get the lifetime access.
gotcha.
So think of it like a roadmap that's going to guide you through each stage of a project.
So really like a practical complement
Yes.
to the analytical tools. Very smart.
Yeah.
So what are some of the key benefits they emphasize?
They talk about impressing stakeholders, investors, lenders, the people who make things happen,
Sure.
growing your portfolio strategically, streamlining your workflow. So basically taking you from like idea to successful project as smoothly as possible.
So a very holistic approach.
Yeah.
Not just the numbers, but like what to actually do in the real world
Right.
with those numbers.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So global applicability.
Yeah.
Can you use these tools anywhere, or is it kind of region specific?
They actually say that their courses and software are adaptable worldwide.
Okay.
They've got people using them in Australia, New Zealand, the USA, Canada, UK, South Africa, Jamaica, Fiji. Like it goes on and on.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
It really speaks to the flexibility of the system, but who are these users?
Yeah.
Is this just like big-time developers, or are we talking everyday people?
You'd be surprised they've got everyone from accountants and economists to architects and contractors. Yeah, even people who just want to, develop their own property or maybe tackle a smaller project on the side.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a really diverse user base.
That's a really good sign.
Yeah.
It means that the tools are valuable across a wide range of, needs and experience levels.
For sure.
Not just for, the seasoned pros, but for anyone with the passion for this.
Yeah, and it just brings me back to my initial reaction. I'm honestly blown away by how much they offer, especially for free.
Yeah.
Just getting that lifetime access to 1 Minute Feaso feels like a steal.
It's a bold move, but it seems to be working for them.
Yeah.
They really believe in their tools, and they're willing to let people experience that
Yeah,
before they commit.
totally. But I think we should probably pause here
Yeah.
and let all this sink in for a second.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about the different tools.
Yeah,
We, dove into the founder's story
yeah,
and even touched on those amazing free resources that they're giving away.
totally. So we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What aspect of Lead Developer has piqued your interest the most so far?
Is there a specific tool that's speaking to your goals?
Yeah.
Or are you just intrigued by, this guy's story?
Yeah. Take a minute, think about it.
Yeah.
We'll be back shortly to continue our deep dive, but for now, just let those wheels turn.
Yeah.
And we're excited to hear your thoughts and continue this exploration together.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back, folks. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of digest everything and think about, what parts of Lead Developer are really calling out to you.
Yeah. And, honestly, the more I learn about this suite, the more I'm kind of like stuck on this whole lifetime access to 1 Minute Feaso thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're giving it away for free.
It is a very generous offer.
It is.
When you think about like how much time and money it could potentially save you.
Totally, like it's like a free taste of their expertise before you even buy anything.
Yeah, and remember, that particular tool is all about those like rapid feasibility assessments.
Right.
So for anybody out there who just needs a quick answer to like, is this project even worth my time?
It's like a gut check before you go, full-blown analysis.
Exactly, yeah. Just enough to know, like, do I want to dive deeper into this?
Yeah.
Or is this a no-go?
Right, right.
Imagine spending weeks or even months on a full feasibility study.
Oh, yeah.
Only to discover that the project just doesn't make financial sense.
That would be heartbreaking.
Yeah. 1 Minute Feaso can help you avoid that.
Right.
It's like having a seasoned developer kind of looking over your shoulder being like, hey, pump the brakes on this one.
Yeah.
Or, this looks good. Let's dive deeper.
Right. And to have that guidance for free is pretty amazing.
It really levels the playing field.
It does.
For those who don't have, access to those expensive consultants.
Totally. So how does it actually work, though?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of information do you need to give it to get these rapid assessments?
So it streamlines, the key elements of a feasibility study.
Okay.
You'd be inputting things like, your estimated construction costs,
Okay.
projected sale price, your financing structure, that kind of stuff.
So not a complete picture, but it gives you like a quick snapshot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this project viable, from a financial standpoint?
Got it.
Okay.
That makes sense. And that's enough to decide if it's worth diving deeper.
Yeah.
Cool. But they do offer that deeper dive tool as well, right?
Let's do
With
it.
Lead Developer.
Yep, the flagship tool.
So tell me about that one.
Yeah.
This is where it seems like they really get into the weeds.
This is where the analytical muscles come out.
Yes. So Lead Developer, it's designed for people who need that really comprehensive understanding of their project's financial viability.
Okay.
We're talking like detailed cash flow projections, project timelines, even something called S-curve distributions.
Oh, no, that sounds a little technical.
It does.
What are S-curve distributions?
It's essentially a way to visualize the flow of expenses and revenue over the life of a project. So think of it like a graph that shows you when you'll be spending the most money and when you can expect those returns to start coming in.
So you can anticipate, like, potential cash crunches.
Exactly. And you can plan accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's really valuable when you're dealing with those complex multi-year developments.
Yeah. And I bet that's especially useful when you're trying to, secure financing.
Oh, for sure.
Because lenders want to see you've done your homework.
Of course.
That your project is financially sound.
Absolutely. So having that comprehensive feasibility study created with Lead Developer, that can give lenders that confidence.
Yeah. It's like you're showing up with,
Yeah.
a rock-solid business plan.
It is.
But for a development project.
Exactly. And it's not just about impressing lenders either.
Right.
It can help you as the developer identify potential risks and opportunities that you might not have even thought about.
So really it's about making smarter decisions.
Yeah.
Mitigating those risks.
Yeah.
And, setting yourself up for success.
Exactly. Now, this tool is for different types of projects too, right?
Yeah, they have versions for like commercial, residential, and mixed-use developments.
Exactly. And remember, Lead Developer Plus, the one that's launching in 2025.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That one's specifically for build-to-rent and those hybrid projects.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Build-to-rent is getting so popular.
It is.
And that's a whole different, financial model.
Right. And Lead Developer Plus seems to be, tailored to address that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really smart.
Smart move, staying ahead of the curve.
So speaking of, staying ahead of the curve, does this software integrate with any other platforms?
Yeah, that's a great question because that can really help streamline things.
That is a great question. And the answer is yes.
Okay.
Remember, it's all built as Google Sheet add-ons.
Oh, right.
So you can leverage all of that functionality and flexibility of Google Sheets.
Gotcha. So you can pull in, data from other sources,
Yeah.
create custom visualizations,
Exactly.
work with your team all in that same environment.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's great because, a lot of people don't want to have to learn
Yeah.
a whole new system.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about user-friendliness.
Yeah.
Because these tools sound great,
Yeah.
but, how easy are they to actually use?
Right. Well, remember Amber's background.
Yeah.
He's not just a finance guy. He's been hands-on in construction.
Yeah, he gets it.
He gets it. He knows that these tools have to be, usable by people in the field.
It's not just for the spreadsheet wizards
Right.
out there.
Exactly. And they've really focused on making those interfaces intuitive.
Okay.
Clear instructions. And there's always that Edge members area
Right.
with the interactive modules and courses that walk you through it all.
So a good balance of like powerful in-depth tools,
Yeah.
but making sure they're usable by, normal people.
Exactly. And that's what impresses me the most about Lead Developer. They're not just selling software.
Yeah.
They're providing a system to help, empower people
Exactly.
in real estate.
That seems to be resonating with folks.
It does.
They have thousands of users around the world.
They do.
But how do you think Lead Developer is changing the landscape of property development as a whole?
That's a really good question. I think they're really democratizing, access to knowledge and tools that were previously only available to the big players.
Yeah, leveling the playing field.
Yeah, like now a small developer or an entrepreneur or even just an individual can approach projects with the same level of sophistication that maybe, previously was out of reach.
And that's got to be leading to, a whole new generation of developers who are more data-driven, more strategic.
For sure.
And hopefully more successful.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about this. The barriers to entry are lower than ever.
Yeah.
Anyone with the drive and the right tools can really, make a difference in real estate.
It's inspiring to see how technology is really being used to empower, individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pause here.
Yeah.
Give everybody a second to take it all in.
We've covered a lot. We talked about, the kind of nuts and bolts of feasibility analysis.
Yeah.
What specific tools Lead Developer offers and the bigger picture, how they're kind of changing the game?
So think about how all of this connects with your own, aspirations.
Yeah.
Maybe you've been thinking about developing a property, but you're not sure where to begin.
Right. Or maybe you're already in the game, but you just want to level up your skills and make smarter choices.
Exactly.
So however, this all fits into your own journey, take a minute and think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Lead Developer, I think it's time we, consider some voices we haven't really heard from yet.
Oh, yeah, good point.
The users.
The users, yeah.
We've talked about all these features and the benefits and, the founder's vision.
Right.
But what are actual users saying about Lead Developer?
Yeah, that's the real test.
It is. So I did some digging, through testimonials and reviews. And honestly, the feedback is overwhelmingly positive.
That's great.
Yeah, people are praising how easy the platform is to use, the clarity of the training materials, and, how responsive the support team is.
Well, that's encouraging. It's one thing for a company to toot their own horn, but, user experience is really what matters.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the, the technical stuff.
Right.
People are talking about real business growth, career advancements.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even like a newfound confidence to tackle projects they wouldn't have even considered before.
That's that empowerment piece again.
Yeah.
Giving people the tools to actually go out there and do it.
Totally. And we're seeing, people who were hesitant to jump into development, they're diving in head first, armed with the insights and resources to make better decisions.
It's great. And it's not just the pros who've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
The testimonials are coming from, all sorts of people.
Right. Accountants, architects, people developing their own properties for the first time.
It's really cool that they're making, these sophisticated tools available to such a wide audience.
I think that's a really key takeaway here. Lead Developer isn't just about software.
Right.
It's about giving people the tools to create value through real estate.
Exactly.
Regardless of their background or experience level.
Yeah, it's about, giving people the tools to make their vision a reality.
It is.
Whether that's, building a portfolio of rentals.
Right.
Or tackling that passion project that they've always dreamed of.
Yeah, it's a powerful message. It's not just about the numbers.
For sure.
It's about that potential that we all have.
Yeah.
To create something, to, shape our communities and build a better future.
Well said. I like that a lot.
So before we sign off, I just want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
All right.
We spent all this time, exploring Lead Developer and all the great stuff they offer.
Yeah.
But the most important resource, the one you can't download or buy, it's already within you.
Oh, I like that.
That drive, that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, that willingness to learn and grow.
Exactly. No software can replace your own creativity and determination.
Absolutely.
Your passion for bringing your vision to life.
Couldn't agree more.
So as you, go on your real estate journey, just remember that the power to succeed,
Yeah,
it really does come from within.
for sure. Combine that with the right tools and knowledge, and the sky's the limit.
Well said. So go out there, learn, explore, and build something amazing.
Yeah,
Maybe one day we'll be featuring your story right here on the Deep Dive.
that's right.
Until then, keep on building.